Hello, I am 500 videos old today. This is my 500th video. So I'm gonna do something special, which is a Hunger Games simulator with all my friends here on YouTube. Woo! And if you don't know what Hunger Games is, where have you been? So, basically, there are 12 districts, and 2 people get chosen from each of them, and they go into this survival game, and the last person left alive wins. Yippee! So yeah, this is gonna simulate that. Yeah. So, let's get into it, shall we? Ooh, you know what? So, whoever wins this Hunger Games simulator will get a choice of either me doing a cover of one of their originals, if they have originals, or we can collab on their choice of song. Yippee! And then if I win, then I'm gonna release one of my originals next week. So, District 1, we have me and Karis Chorus, who is awesome. And then District 2, we have the French people, which is Karos.man.x, Karosman.x, X-Men, and then Christelle. And then District 3, we have our Beetle Boys, which is Carl Reed of Silly Cover Songs and Kenneth Holmberg. District 4, we have Claudio of Remain Grateful and Janet Chung, who is awesome. And then District 5, we have Adam and Nylish, because, of course, if you know, they are iconic. And then District 6, we have the Chris's, Chris Durham and Chris DeVito. District 7 are the DJs, Aaron Pickering and Frederick ABN. Woo, woo, woo. District 8, we have my good friend Seahorse Trash, which you can check out all her awesome musicals on there. And she also has her own original music channel, Carolyn Hollow. And she also helped me out on one of the songs from my Magnus Archive album, Love and Fear, available on all streaming sites. And then we have Amber Crowley, who is awesome. And then District 9, Guitar 86, Martin Wainwright. And then Small Town Girl. District 10, Peter's Jukebox and Francisca. District 11, we have Madison Sheen and John Lemonade. In District 12, we have Jeff Chandler and Alex Sullivan. Proceed to the bloodbath. So, look at this cat. Look at him. Also, he squeaks. This is gonna be my cannon. When people die, there's a little cannon shot. So I'm gonna go. Hee. So, alright. We're all standing on our podium, and the horn's going. So, a lot of people are running away. And then, I run into the cornucopia to hide. Seahorse Trash finds a backpack full of camping equipment. Jeff Chandler takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. Aaron grabs a backpack and retreats. So anyway, the cornucopia is stocked with like a bunch of stuff, but there's also a possibility that someone's gonna die. Anyway, so Peter grabs a jar of fishing bait while Christelle gets fishing gear. Madison stays at the cornucopia for resources. Francisca snatches a pair of sais. Chris Durham scares Ken away from the cornucopia. Carl clutches a first aid kit and runs away. Proceed. Day 1. Whee! So, okay. Christelle is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Oh no. Seahorse Trash travels to higher ground. Madison Sheen diverts Francisca's attention and runs away. John Lemon sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Alec runs away from Small Town Girl. Chris Durham chases Ken. Amber Crowley sets an explosive off, killing Janet, Peter, and Martin. Rip. Cassie questions her sanity. Yeah, but what do I do in the Hunger Games? Adam fishes. Nylish hunts for other tributes. Karis receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Karos overhears Jeff Chandler and Claudio talking in the distance. What are they talking about? What are you ladies done shattering? Aaron collects fruit from a tree. Carl begs for Chris DeVito to kill him. She refuses, keeping Carl alive. And Frederick tries to spear fish with a trident. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Ready? Janet Chung. Squeak! Janet Chung. Peter's Jukebox. Guitar 86. You will be missed. Look how sad he is that all these people are dying. Sometimes I can still hear their voice. Go subscribe to them for sympathy. And then we're at night 1. So, Claudio sees a fire, but he stays hidden. Ken loses sight of where he is. Madison and Chris DeVito huddle for warmth. Francisca thinks about winning. Chris Durham convinces Nylish to snuggle with him. John Lemon tries to sing himself to sleep. Seahorse Trash and Adam run into each other and decide to truce for the night. No. Jeff Chandler receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Frederick passes out from exhaustion. Oof. Karis tracks down and kills Carl. No! Cassie and Amber huddle for warmth. My sister in song. Christelle and Aaron hold hands. Karos receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Ooh. Alex strangles Small Town Girl with a rope. Oh no. Alright, now we're on to day 2. Alright. I die from hunger. No. I am the hungriest game. Karis, Chris DeVito, Nylish, and John Lemon form a suicide pact, killing themselves. Oof. Yike. Claudio diverts Madison's attention and runs away. Christo collects fruit from a tree. Frederick searches for a water source. Ken receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. And Karos is also searching for a water source. And then Amber is receiving clean water from an unknown sponsor. Frederick and Karos, go find Ken and Amber. Get some water. Seahorse Trash camouflages herself in the bushes. Adam makes a slingshot. Alex sings about home. Jeff Chandler overhears Francisca and Chris Durham talking in the distance. What are they talking about? Aaron accidentally detonates a landmine while trying to arm it. Oof. Alright, ready? We got 8 cannon shots. Carl. That was weak. Alright. Small Town Girl. Me. Karis. Chris DeVito. Nylish. John Lemon. And then Aaron Pickering. Rip to everyone. Subscribe to them for sympathy. Look how sad. He's not happy. Alright, so we're on night 2. So, Claudio quietly hums. Adam and Francisca huddle for warmth. Madison, Frederick, and Seahorse Trash get into a fight. Seahorse Trash triumphantly kills them both. Yo! Caroline! Frederick worked with us on Hannibal the Musical! Which you should totally go watch, by the way. Yeah. Alec climbs a tree to rest. Ken defeats Chris Durham in a fight, but spares his life. Amber loses sight of where she is. Karos, Christelle, and Jeff Chandler sleep in shifts. Now we're on to day 3. So, Christelle, Francisca, Claudio, and Karos hunt for other tributes. Ken receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. He getting that water? Chris Durham questions his sanity. Yes, but what is he doing in the Hunger Games? Jeff Chandler discovers a cave. Alec receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Seahorse Trash, Adam, and Amber hunt for other tributes. Ooh, two cannon shots. Get off my finger. Alright. Madison Sheen. Aggressive. And then Frederick. Alright. Night 3. Alex starts a fire. Christelle goes to sleep. Francisca begs for Adam to kill her. He refuses, keeping Francisca alive. So, alright. Seahorse Trash tries to treat the infection. Ken stays awake all night. Chris Durham is once again questioning his sanity. Once again, what is he doing in the Hunger Game? Claudio quietly hums. Karos and Jeff Chandler run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Amber thinks about winning. Yeah. Wait. Did I say... The last time Cannon Shots, did I say go subscribe to them for sympathy? Yeah. Anyway, do that. So, day 4. Karos tends to Francisca's wounds. Adam silently slaps. Yeah. He went right on his neck. No, he silently slapped. Adam silently snaps Alex's neck. You try saying that 5 times fast. Christelle, Can I word properly? Christelle attacks Jeff Chandler, but he manages to escape. Did I say Amber defeats Claudio in a fight but spares his life? Yeah, she does that. Seahorse Trash stalks Chris Durham, and Ken travels to higher ground. Can I please speak? Ah! One cannon shot can be heard in the distance. Go subscribe to him for sympathy. Alex Sullivan. Proceed. To night 4. Seahorse Trash passes out from exhaustion. Karos receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Jeff Chandler questions his sanity. Claudio tries to treat his infection. Ken unknowingly eats toxic berries. Oof. Amber passes out from exhaustion. Oh no. Francisca forces Christelle to kill Chris Durham or Adam. She decides to kill Adam. Dang. Alright, the feast. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's feast. So, a lot of people decide not to go to the feast, but 4 people are there. Karos kills Christelle as she tries to run. Dang. Chris Durham convinces Amber to not kill him, only to kill her instead. Dang. Alright. So, day 5. Sierra's Trash stabs Karos while his back is turned. No! Francisca receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Chris Durham and Claudio split up to search for resources, and Jeff Chandler makes a slingshot. 5 cannon shots. Ready? Subscribe to them for sympathy. Kenneth Holmberg. Adam Holtz. Christelle Kennedy. Amber Crowley, and Karos. Proceed. Night 5. Chris Durham tries to sing himself to sleep. Claudio stays awake all night. Francisca attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful. Jeff Chandler starts a fire. Seahorse Trash cannot handle the circumstances. And no more. Day 6. So, Jeff Chandler searches for firewood. Chris Durham overhears Claudio and Francisca talking in the distance. What are they talking about? Alright, one cannon shot. Ready? Subscribe to both Seahorse Trash and Caroline Hallow. For sympathy. Alright, so, night 6. They're all telling ghost stories to each other to lighten the mood. Pretty nice night before everything happened. No, just one thing of note happened. But anyway, Chris Durham travels to higher ground. Claudio searches for a water source. And Francisca overpowers Jeff Chandler and killing him. Ooh. 3 people left. Alright. So, we have an arena event. The arena turns pitch black. Nobody can see a thing. Claudio survives, and Francisca flails her weapon around, accidentally killing Chris Durham. Dang. So, we got 2 cannon shots. Jeff Chandler and Chris Durham. And subscribe so you can show your sympathy for them. Night 7. Claudio unknowingly eats toxic berries. Claudio, why would you do that? So anyway, the winner is Francisca from District 10. Woo! Thank you all for joining the Hunger Games. Oh, who had the most kills? It looks like Amber Crowley and Seahorse Trash are tied at 3 kills each. They be Moidoin. And then Francisca had 2 kills. And then Chris Durham, Karos, Adam, Alec, and Karis each had 1 kill. Alright. So, yeah. Thank you all for checking out any of my 500 videos. And here's to 500 more. Woo!